Happy New Year to everyone. Great to be back, showing some videos again. So we've done obviously a lot of guard passing towards the end of last year for a number of months. So now we're going into some guard itself. Tonight we worked on our spider. Working with the spider, it's very much like a marionette puppet. So it's about putting your opponent off balance by using your grips to kind of like the strings of a puppet, being able to move them to break their posture down. There's lots of different ways that you can enter into the spider guard. The one that I showed tonight was from the closed guard here. We have to establish our grips first. So either pistol grip like this if you want this, or you can do outside grips like this. Just make sure your thumbs don't go inside, just mostly because it's against the rules in IBJJF, but also that there's potential for injury if he was to start rotating his wrists and my thumbs would have stuck inside that. So we keep our grips, or like I said, pistol grips. For spider, I definitely like this. It's a lot easier for me to be able to control, so I definitely like to use this grip over this grip here. So going into this, we go into our into like a scissor position to start with. So bring my foot to the hip, and I start to scissor myself here. You can see that I'm still got my legs squeezed in here. I don't want to let my legs be expand like this and enable him to get his elbows inside, even if I do have controls of his sleeves from here. So I bring in, and you can see my knee is kind of across his chest, aiming to the far shoulder from here. I go from here, and now I can open up and bring my other knee inside, and I can start to have some controls here. Now remember, this is him on his knees. There's other options which I'll go through, which is when he's got a leg up, when he's standing. There's other options for us to go through, but for the first off, we're doing this one. So I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to extend kind of like a pressure here. So I'm kind of pulling and pushing a little bit on my shin at the same time, and I'm going to pop just to create the space, and then bring my foot on the inside here. So I'm now on the inside of his bicep, and I now pull and push at the same time, and I don't want either of these to be dominant. So it's kind of like a 50-50, kind of creating almost like a frame, I suppose, against my foot. From this one now, I do the same thing here, start to spin, pop, bring my foot inside. Now I've got my double spider control from here. Now, a lot of time people will just remain with the foot on the hip, but we're going to go for this. So the drill that we did tonight was making sure that our hips are moving at all points in time. When I've got my extension on this side, what I want to do is be able to have the sleeve grip not like this. I'm going to actually bring the sleeve grip inside here. The reason I do this is because this leg here, as it's being extended, isn't as strong as this one that I've got some pressure under here. So if he is able to get his grips and start to push my knee to the side, he's going to be able to collapse. So this far side, I'm going to actually bring on the inside here. This one can stay on the outside. Then the same thing, alternately, when I switch to this side here, this side will be open, the wrist will come on the inside here. All right, so that's our basic spider guard setup. Now, we went from here now into our scissor sweep. There's a couple of different options. I suppose there's a scissor sweep and then a knee press kind of scissor sweep. But we're going in, and the whole key to this is the angles that we get on. So you'll see I'm really turning on my hip. Really turning on my hip here. I'm not staying square. So I'm really on my hip, extending out. Not to the full thing where my knee's completely out. My knee's still slightly bent, but my elbow's pulling down here, and I'm creating some nice pressure here. As you can see, his balance is already starting to come off. Now from here, I'm going to kick my leg through, and my elbow that's down here is going to come up high. Now you can see that I've really broken his posture. Now the scissor sweep from here is, I don't need to do too much here because it's kind of like just a block, but I've enough pressure here that I can kick, pull, and hit this movement all in one hit. You can see I'm nice and low on his knee. I'm not doing up here at his body or down to his thigh. I'm turning on my hip and almost sliding along the floor here. So as I push, pull, and kick, he's going to break over to the other side. Now you see that I've got, keep my grip here nice and strong, keep my legs straight. I've also got the right hand side grip here, keeping him extended here. Because what I don't want him to do is come up. If he tries to sit up from here, I've still got this pressure to stop him from doing that. Now I'm going to use my elbow and my foot that's down here at the back to start to build up. Keeping my pressure. Now start to shift myself in, push out, go into my mounted position. Just quickly look at that again. Starting from our closed guard position, establish my grips. Knee inside, foot on the hip, turn across. Open the knee up, switch, open the knee up, both feet on the hips, both creating this pressure here. Now I'm going to kick with my shin to create some space, put my foot on the inside. Use that to now spread him out, kick on the shin, bring myself inside here. Outside, inside, inside, whichever way we're going to go. Inside, keep my pressure, kick through to create the space. Elbow goes high, switching, pulling, pushing, kicking at the same time. Keep my pressure, elbow, foot, build up, slide across into our mounted position. Get my points. Push.